everybody, it's Linda and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a library tour for you. So this is the room that I will most likely be filming in anytime I make videos. So I figured that it would be fun to do a library tour for you guys of the library in the new house. I did a tour of the library that I had at the old place, but this one obviously is much nicer. So I put a poll on my book Instagram asking what type of video you guys would like to see next, and I had a couple of different options, and library tour definitely won by far. So I will be doing that for you today. So just grab yourself a mug of coffee or tea or any other beverage of your choice if you would like. Maybe grab a snack and sit back and enjoy. So there you guys have a bit of a quick overview on the entire room, and we are gonna start on this end here. So on this windowsill, we just got my Palea plant family. There's one at a different place, but this is where most of them live, and they all have names as well. And my watering can, and that picture frame has a piece of wallpaper in it, which we took from an abandoned house that me and a couple of my friends went into. And this is another one of my plants. And this unit here has all of my makeup stuff in it, and then just a vintage phone, the remote to my record player, or my music player, not just record player, and another one of my plants. And then I've just got some random stuff in the corner there. And then I've got some Alice in Wonderland related art here. These three portraits are original art done by one of my friends on Bookstagram, and I will put her handle here somewhere, and I'll also link her in the description so you guys can check her out. She does some awesome art. And then these top two shelves on this unit are all of my Alice in Wonderland books. I'm not going to go into detail of all the little knick-knack things that I have on all of my shelves. And at some point, I think I am going to do a little bit more of an in-depth look at my Alice in Wonderland collection, but that is a quick view of it. And then my plant, which is named Alice, which is why it's sitting there by these books, and then a little Cheshire cat there as well. And then these are photo books that I made for when me and my online friend Tori visited each other when she was here, and then when I was there. She lives in Vegas, so those are just two photo albums commemorating that. And then I've got a bunch of random kind of Alice in Wonderland related things. It's a little bit messy. I want to reorganize this whole area at some point as well. And then like that tea set in the back I had at my bridal shower for my guests to sign when they came in. And then these are books having to do with Alice in Wonderland that aren't Alice in Wonderland themselves. So these are mostly retellings, but then there's some like Wonderland puzzle books. But yeah, most of them are Alice in Wonderland retellings. Most of them I've read, some of them I have not yet, but yeah, so that's there. And then I've got some more Alice in Wonderland stuff on that end. And then on this shelf, I've got a lot of kind of personal favorites, either favorites that I've already read or books from favorite authors that I have yet to read. But then on this end over here, I've got Chronicles of Narnia stuff. And yeah, Chronicles of Narnia is one of those stories I read a lot when I was a kid, so I really love that story. Most of these I have read, but then some of them I haven't, but it's like books that I know I'll enjoy or books that were written by some of my favorite authors. So quick look. There's some stuff in the back there, behind there, that I need to do some things with, so just kind of storage area. And yeah, and then in these little bins at the bottom is like the props I use for my Bookstagram photos. So this is the one that I use all the time, so that's the bin with all of the stuff that I use currently. And then these other two just have extra things that I might want to use in between or at different seasons or whatever. And then for the portraits I used to draw and their prints, they're in that box. And then old drawings that I've done, traditional art, are in that bottom shoebox. And then letters and cards from people are in that top one. So that is the first shelving unit. And then we go to the main shelves. So quite large in total. Bunch of random things kind of scattered throughout that have meaning or that have sentimental value in some way. At the top, I do have quite a bit of middle grade fiction, as well as one of the Mad Hatter hats that I made a while ago. And then these are all books that I grew up with, and they're in kind of fragile condition for the most part, so I keep them on the top shelf. One of my dragons, and then there's some seasonal stories, like Christmas stories and things right there. And then this beautiful villains book that my brother and sister-in-law gave me for Christmas one year. And then I've got some poetry. These two books are the oldest ones in my collection. I think they're from the 1800s if I'm not wrong. And then I've got my collection of various Bibles at the top there, as well as another Mad Hatter hat that I was making for a specific kind of costume that I had planned. And then we have my Sir Knight up here. He still, I don't think, has a name. I found him at a thrift store, and I've been wanting to refinish him for a while because his gold or his like shiny parts are a bit tarnished. And then I've just got some empty bottles up there that I kind of want to use for projects at some point, as well as a dragon that's just holding a necklace that my husband gave me forever ago. And then here we have my plant Steve. These are like at the end here, it's like horror, thriller, I guess, type books, kind of like gothic vibe. And then I've got like all of my classics and collectibles on this shelf. So there's a lot of really pretty books here. I unhauled quite a few a while ago, the ones that didn't have particular value to me or sentimental value or anything like that. So the rest of these are very, very special to me, and I love them. Just super pretty. And then we've got some Belle figurines, as well as a Forbidden West Wing candle from Library Lights. And then I've got my fairy tale section here. So that's basically all of these up to like here. And then I've got somehow I have more than one copy of Peter Pan. Not really sure how that happened. And then I love the Sherlock Holmes books. So I have all of those like right up to here. So this whole section, as well as these Sherlock pop figures. And then this magnifying glass and the pipe I actually found in a abandoned house as well. So I added those to this area because I thought it would fit well. And then I have the Sherlock apartment key on a necklace here as well. And then I've just got a little separator there. And then I've got a couple of Pride and Prejudice books. And I read White Fang a lot when I was growing up. So I collect Jack London books. So I have those right here. And then also Black Beauty, because that was also another classic I read a lot when I was a kid because I loved horses. So that's this whole section right here. This next one is really fun because it is Harry Potter themed. So I have a Harry Potter like Marauders map watch there that doesn't work anymore. This cute little print from my friend that did the Alice Wonderland portraits. I've got Newt Scamander, and then this little music box actually plays Hedwig's theme, which is really, really cool. And then we've got the art of kind of books, the scrapbooky type books that have all of the magical things in there. I love these kinds of books. And yeah, so I've got those. And then this is a fun little prop I made myself, which is a 50 pence taped to a card, which is the same way that Harry receives it for his Christmas, his first Christmas at Hogwarts from his aunt and uncle. So I just had fun making that. And then I've got some more of my books here. And there's some like random, this is like a Harry Potter sticker book. And then this is like a little pop-up book type thing that was too big to keep on the, like to set up with the rest of these books. This is the first Harry Potter book I owned, which is the Philosopher's Stone in this beautiful slipcase edition. My brother got it for me for Christmas. Then I have the Slytherin edition of Philosopher's Stone, the signature edition of Philosopher's Stone, and then just the regular UK editions of all of the books. I want this one in a soft cover as well, but I could only find it in hardcover at the moment. So once I find the soft cover, this was actually supposed to be a soft cover, but they sent me a hardcover and I was just like, oh, whatever, it's fine, I'll keep it. And then I've got some house candles. Oh, and then there's a like Quidditch notebook back there as well. And then I have this beautiful Marauders map replica from Noble Collection that my brother and sister-in-law got me for Christmas. Then I've got Harry, and then like a tiny little mini cast iron Harry that one of my coworkers gave me. I have Sirius Black's wand, the official replica from Noble Collection that I got for Christmas last year from my brother and sister-in-law. And then I've got like a collection of mini wands back there. I've got Dumbledore as well. And then the rest of this is my potions collection. So, and then there's just a random water bottle back there. A lot of these don't have labels yet because I just made them recently. But this one's supposed to be basilisk venom. And I just have a lot of fun making these. And I feel like if I was in Hogwarts, I'd be very good at potions. So I kind of wanted to create a little potions section on my shelves. So some of these are empty. Most of like the extra bottles I have in storage. So like most of these are full. And this one is supposed to be Phoenix Tears. It's just got a little bit of a pearlescent sheen to it, which is really cool. I'm probably going to do a video on how to make these at some point. But yeah, so then I have some like potions candles here as well. I've got some Floo powder back there. So it's not just potions, but like, you know, potion ingredients, all that kind of stuff. I'll probably go into more detail of all of the potions I've made and whatever in that video if I make one where I show you guys how to make all this stuff. So yeah. And then I've got The Art of Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which is my favorite Assassin's Creed book. And then I've got a couple, or sorry, Assassin's Creed video game. And then I've got a couple of Assassin's Creed books here as well. So the rest of this is my pirate section. I've got a little bit of a Treasure Island section here, and then the rest are fiction. And yeah, so just a little, I love pirates and I love reading about them. So I have a little area for that there. And then I have Jack Sparrow's Compass here, as well as the visual guide to Pirates of the Caribbean because I love that movie. And then one of my very good friends gave me this as a gift for emceeing their wedding, and it's the Pirate Creed of Ethics, and it's on this really like old crinkly paper, and I love it so much. So at some point I'll probably put it in a frame, but for now I figured it worked really well having it there. And then here are more pirate books. So these are mostly like pirate reference books, as my work in progress for writing is about pirates. I love looking through these books and getting information through them. This is it's like a bottle opener / decoration that I got from one of my best friends. And then I have just a candle here. And then I've gotten some shot glasses from some places I've been to before. I've just got a Virgo candle over there, and then a little picture of baby me. And yeah, so that is the third shelf. And the fourth shelf starts on this. I'm going to start on this end. We have a little container of bookmarks as well as a reading light. And then I absolutely love like fantasy reference books. So books about fairies, about like wizards or dragons, all that kind of stuff. So I have those all right here. These ones are all like different mythical kind of reference books. So like the Enchanted World. They're about like ogres, ghosts, legends of valor, spells and bindings, like random things like that. And then there's ones about mystic places, and then I've got like folk tales and mythology and unsolved mysteries and strange stories and all that kind of stuff because I love all those things. I have a book series planned that has to do with a lot of that kind of stuff, so I've kind of slowly been collecting a couple of books on that. And then I've got books about dragons here. And then this section is like the high fantasy section. So I've got the Inheritance Cycle, the Fiona Var Tapestry, and then the Wheel of Time. So, oh, and the Name of the Wind. I just got that one recently. So high fantasy, all that kind of stuff. I figured it all went really well together here. And then going further, there's a little bit more high fantasy. And these are all the Hobbit Chronicles. I was trying to drew a blank for a second. These are the Hobbit Chronicles books, so they have to do with the art and design, creatures and characters, cloaks and daggers, the art of war of all the Hobbit movies, which I love, absolutely love the Hobbit movies. So I collected all of the Weta books on that. And then I've slowly started a collection of various Tolkien books as well. So this is like the film book, the visual companion, and then I have like this illustrated version of The Hobbit, which is beautiful. This book is characters from Tolkien, so it goes into detail and describes like who all the characters are and what their roles are and everything. It's really, really cool. Very good reference book. This one, The Complete Tolkien Companion, is absolutely amazing because it goes into detail of all the different locations and the different characters and everything as well. So it's just really, really good to have while reading The Lord of the Rings. And then I've got Tolkien's Unfinished Tales, The Magical Worlds of The Lord of the Rings, The Amazing Myths, Legends, and Facts Behind the Masterpiece. So that's what that one is. And then I have got The Children of Hurin, Tree and Leaf, and then my Lord of the Rings set. And then I've got a couple of different versions of The Hobbit here. This one is absolutely beautiful. It's a slipcase edition, and it has like this gold foiling with the runes on there. Very, very pretty. And then the rest of these books, there wasn't really any rhyme or reason to putting them here. I just didn't know where else to put them. Also fantasy, but I didn't really know where to put them with my other fantasy books. And then I've got Percy Jackson at the very end here as well, and some graphic novels and a pop-up book of the Jungle Book, as well as some Garfield comics too. And then the last shelf here at the bottom, I've got some contemporary novels. That photo is me meeting Karen Kingsbury, who wrote these books in the back here. And yeah, so I've got like John Green there and just regular contemporary books. And then there's some like dystopian type books here is kind of how I organized that. And kind of books of similar genre, I guess. And I got a little Rapunzel pop figure there. And then this next section here is a lot of reference books, so historical reference. So I have like Everyday Life Through the Ages, and a lot of these are like the Age of Exploration and Renaissance and all that kind of stuff. And then this area I really love here. This is all having to do with ships and sailing and seafaring, different types of ships that they used and all that kind of stuff. So I really, really love looking through those books. And then this one is all about ships as well. We've got The Martyr's Mirror and just some other reference books. I really like this one is Antique Maps. So because the story I'm working on is a historical fiction, I need to make sure that my facts are historically accurate. I have that as a reference for where my character sails. And then this one is all about sailing ships as well. It's like diagrams and all that kind of stuff about ships. And then I have this one about like suits of armor or weapons and all that kind of stuff. So very, very fun books to look through. And then these, I've got some devotional type books and some self-help books, things of that nature. Some writing handbooks, I guess, and then some travel books there. And then I've got, yeah, some more travel books and then an encyclopedia. And then this section is all like space related stuff. And then at the bottom here, I just have this snake plant, which I have named Snape. So he's a Snape plant. And then this little bin is just filled with my records as well as books having to do with music or music artists. And then I've got my Cisco there in his little bed. He's so cute. Say hi, baby. Say hi. And just his toys everywhere because we've been spending most of our time in my library lately. And then I've got an old typewriter. And then this keep out pirate box that one of my friends gave me is just filled with random little like costume pieces and costume jewelry and all that kind of stuff. And then I've got, this box is labeled Travel Memories, as in just things I've collected over our travels and things that I want to add to shadow boxes later. And then this little thing here just has like magazines and home type books and the like. So yeah, that is a look at my main shelves. Absolutely love them. These shelves were made by a family friend of ours who also made all of our bathroom vanities, our kitchen cabinets, all of that stuff. So they did an amazing job and I absolutely love these shelves. And I also forgot to mention this beautiful string of pearls plant that I have, and I have named Tavia, which is in reference to Into the Crooked Place by Alexandra Christo, who is one of my favorite authors. And yeah, so then we are gonna go to this side here. I absolutely love having this big desk area here. We custom made this ourselves. Each drawer unit here is from IKEA, but then my husband took like this giant piece. There's like a little seam right here where he had to stitch it together, but where he bought that and just screwed it to the top. So it's very sturdy, very lovely desk. And yeah, so here I've got just this little carriage thing that my mom used to have in her china cabinet, and I just kind of have my phone charger there so it's easy to find. And then this is my music player. The top opens to play records, and it's got a CD player, radio, aux cable, Bluetooth, and then it has a place for cassette tapes on the side there as well. And then this beautiful Alice in Wonderland book, my husband gave me for Christmas last year. It's the oldest Alice in Wonderland book in my collection, and it's from 1923. And it's just beautiful and gorgeous, so it gets a place of honor on top of the music player. And then I've just got a book basket here. These books, I literally had no idea where to put on my shelves. So they are like historical fiction type books. So I just kind of put them there for now until I can find a place for them. And then just some random things there. And then my windowsill, I've got some plants. So that plant's name is Killian. And then this stone that one of my coworkers gave me, which says "Be the Change" on there. And then this is a Chinese puzzle box that one of my friends gave me for Christmas, and it's filled with some fun little items that he collected from different places. And then I've got a cute little teapot set that looks like an elephant. And then I've got like a grow your own Christmas tree there. His name is Nick. And then I've got a jade plant there, and her name is Sierra because the pot that it is living in was given to me by my coworker Sierra. So I named the plant after her. And then here we have my beautiful Elian, who used to look very, very sad and now looks quite magnificent. And then just some random bits and bulbs. I've got a little, I want to put a plant in that teacup at some point. And then I've got a hand reference hand there. And just this big diamond that I found at a thrift store the one time. And then this little container that just has some random things in there. And then this postcard that my online friend Jess sent me. And I absolutely love the wallpaper here. This was one of the things I had envisioned when we first started building the house, that I wanted this wall to be the accent wall with a brick wallpaper. So I'm very happy with how that turned out. And then my laptop that just has a whole bunch of stickers on it relating to things that I enjoy. And then this cute little plate that says "Heck Yes," my best friend Sarah gave me for my birthday last year. And so that just holds my USB for my work in progress backups and a chapstick at the moment. And then this little container just holds USBs, so they're organized from like empty USBs, USBs that are full. There's a drawer for SD cards, things of that nature. And then I just have a lamp here that I don't really use. Kleenex box, a human figure reference thing on top of a pencil holder, just because I liked the way the pencil holder looks, but I didn't need it, so I just put him on top of there. And then this lovely caddy that I got many years ago that just holds random things, kind of art related stuff, pens, markers, the like. And then I've got a potion bottle that I wasn't a big fan of how it turned out, but now I'm like, oh, maybe I'll use it after all, so we'll see. There's just a candle there. And then this is the other Palea plant that wasn't with the rest of them, just because she was getting a little too much sun on the other side, so she's looking much nicer now. Starting on this end, we just have a bulletin board covered in pins and kind of like fandom related necklaces, or necklaces that were given to me by friends that just fit the library. A medal for completing the color run, the wristband of the first Comic-Con I went to, and yeah, just some random items that also have sentimental value to a certain extent. And then here is my gallery wall. So in this gallery wall in the library, I just have pictures of me with my friends mostly, and some art that I've done, and then also some like travel photos. So there's a picture of Sebastian Stan that I drew, and some pictures of me and my friends. There's an artwork of Selena Gomez, pictures of me, and just pictures of me and the people that I love. And then this painting, which I think I called Lest We Forget, which is in remembrance for Remembrance Day that I did a couple years ago. There's some more art. And this little shelf here, The majority of the things on here have sentimental value of some kind and have stories behind it, so I won't go into detail of all of those, but really love all the little things on here. And then I've got a picture of Cisco, a drawing of Sherlock that I did, and then more pictures. And then of course I have a picture of Johnny Depp there because it's Johnny Depp. And yeah, so then there's also my couch, which having a red couch had been a lifelong dream of mine. Honestly, like, I kid you not, I've wanted a red couch for forever. So to finally have one, honestly, I absolutely love it. And then here I just have some books that I'm currently reading, and they're just on top of a stool because I don't have any coffee tables at the moment. That's one thing that we will be getting at some point. And then also at some point, my husband's gonna make me a couch table. So it's gonna be like a narrow table that goes behind the couch, and then I can line it with plants as well or other things. So I'm really excited about that. So that basically completes the tour. That's crazy, honestly. And I just absolutely love this room. I spend right now with self-quarantining, self-isolation. It's the room I spend the most time in just because it brings me so much joy. And in this time, the way the world is, we could use as much joy as possible. So yeah, that is my library. And I hope you guys enjoyed the tour. And that is it, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below or give this video a like if you did enjoy it. If you have any suggestions for other future videos that you would like to see me do, leave those in the comments as well. And I will leave all of my links in the description if you guys want to find me on all the other socials. But thank you guys so much for watching. Never stop dreaming or shooting for the stars, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!